George Washington, the first president of the United States, set many precedents for the national government, including the two-term limit. John Adams was the first president to live in the White House and played a crucial role in the American Revolution as a diplomat in Europe. Thomas Jefferson, the principal author of the Declaration of Independence, completed the Louisiana Purchase, doubling the size of the United States. James Madison, known as the father of the Constitution, led the nation during the War of 1812 against Great Britain. James Monroe is best known for the Monroe Doctrine, a key tenet of U.S. foreign policy that opposed European colonialism in the Americas. John Quincy Adams played a significant role in formulating the Monroe Doctrine and later served in the House of Representatives after his presidency. Andrew Jackson, known for his populist approach, was the first president to use the veto power extensively and is remembered for the controversial Indian Removal Act. Martin Van Buren was the first president born as a U.S. citizen and faced the Panic of 1837, a major economic crisis. William Henry Harrison served the shortest presidency, dying just 31 days after taking office. The first president to die in office. John Tyler was the first vice president to assume the presidency after the death of his predecessor, setting a precedent for presidential succession. James K. Polk is known for expanding the U.S. territory significantly through the Mexican-American War and the Oregon Treaty. Zachary Taylor, a national military hero, had his presidency cut short by his death after just 16 months in office. Millard Fillmore is remembered for signing the Compromise of 1850, which attempted to ease tensions between slave and free states. Franklin Pierce's presidency is often criticized for his support of the Kansas-Nebraska Act, which exacerbated sectional tensions. James Buchanan is often ranked as one of the least effective presidents, as his inability to address the secession crisis led to the Civil War. Abraham Lincoln led the nation through the Civil War and issued the Emancipation Proclamation, which began the process of freedom for America's slaves. Andrew Johnson was the first president to be impeached, though he was acquitted by one vote in the Senate. Ulysses S. Grant, a Civil War hero, had a presidency marred by numerous scandals, though he worked to stabilize the post-war economy. Rutherford B. Hayes ended Reconstruction by withdrawing federal troops from the South, effectively ending the era of Reconstruction. James A. Garfield's presidency was cut short by assassination, but he advocated for civil service reform. Chester A. Arthur is known for his advocacy of civil service reform, culminating in the Pendleton Civil Service Reform Act. Grover Cleveland, the only president to serve 2 non-consecutive terms, is known for his fight against political corruption. Benjamin Harrison is remembered for his support of the McKinley Tariff and the Sherman Antitrust Act. William McKinley led the nation to victory in the Spanish-American War and was assassinated early in his second term. Theodore Roosevelt, known for his progressive policies, was a driving force behind the construction of the Panama Canal and the conservation movement. William Howard Taft later became Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, the only person to have held both offices. Woodrow Wilson led the U.S. through World War I and was a key architect of the League of Nations. Warren G. Harding's presidency was overshadowed by scandals, including the Teapot Dome scandal. Calvin Coolidge, known for his laissez-faire approach to the economy, presided over the Roaring Twenties. Herbert Hoover's presidency was marked by the onset of the Great Depression, which he struggled to combat. Franklin D. Roosevelt led the nation through the Great Depression and World War II, implementing the New Deal. Harry S. Truman made the decision to use atomic bombs against Japan, ending World War II. Dwight D. Eisenhower is known for his role in the D-Day invasion during World War II and for launching the interstate highway system. John F. Kennedy is remembered for the Cuban Missile Crisis and his vision for the space program, culminating in the moon landing. Lyndon B. Johnson's Great Society programs aimed to eliminate poverty and racial injustice. Richard Nixon is the only president to resign from office, following the Watergate scandal. Gerald Ford is known for pardoning Nixon and attempting to heal the nation post-Watergate. Jimmy Carter is recognized for his post-presidency humanitarian work and the Camp David Accords. Ronald Reagan's presidency is noted for his economic policies, known as Reaganomics, and his role in ending the Cold War. George H.W. Bush led the nation during the Gulf War and saw the fall of the Berlin Wall, Bill Clinton's presidency is marked by economic prosperity and the signing of NAFTA. George W. Bush's presidency was defined by the response to the 9/11 attacks and the wars in Afghanistan and Iraq. Barack Obama was the first African-American president and is known for the Affordable Care Act. Donald Trump's presidency was marked by significant tax reforms and a focus on America First policies. Joe Biden's presidency has focused on managing the COVID-19 pandemic and addressing climate change. Who will be the next president?